See, if you have a couple of cows here, then you get bigger crowds. Right?
Prabhu.
You know, something might be nice, just if I want to put it down sometime. So is this the only set of Chaitanya Charitmritas we have in the congregation here?
We have one full set inside in the library.
Please bring this book.
Which volume?
Madhya 1.
Volume what?
Madhya Lila. No one else has sets of CC? Okay. Could we do something with these spotlights, please?
You can look it up in vedabase.net.
Yes, anyone who likes to do that. That's better.
Which page?
We're going to start with chapter 3, text 30. Anybody who likes to get on database?
Page number, Maharaj?
I don't know. You'll have to figure that out.
Okay.
Text 30 of chapter 3. So tomorrow is the holy appearance of Sri Adwaitacharya. As we all probably know by now, we're taught that to understand Sri Sri Radha and Krishna is the perfection of our existence. Not exactly understanding, but to understand this much, that how to serve them. But in order to do that, in this age, Lord Chaitanya being Krishna in the mood of Radha, looking for himself. We have no other pathway that is so accurate and so direct to Radha and Krishna than through Lord Chaitanya. Radha Krishna Nami Anya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. He is Radha and Krishna. Because Radha is also Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. In the mood of Radha, looking for Krishna. And how we can get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya? We have to approach Nitai. So through Gaur Nitai, we learn about Radha and Krishna. But what if we don't know Gaur Nitai? It's said that unless one gets the mercy of Sri Adwaitacharya, they cannot approach Gaur Nitai. So this is very important day. It's a half-day fast. That means the first day, first half of the day, not the second. So that means till noon. So fasting has many purposes. One purpose is that it helps us to remember why we're fasting. Well, something you bring in today. It's a special day. So we can try to remember Shiveta Prabhu tomorrow and hear something about him and pray to him, that he may give us access to Sri Sri Gaur Nitai. So there are many literatures in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, which our acharyas have gleaned from to understand and to explain the significance of Sri Advaita Prabhu. Of all those literatures, of course, Chaitanya Charitmrita, we accept to be the most authoritative, written by Krishna's Kaviraj Swami, who was personal associate, personally trained by personalities like Raghunadas Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Sanatana. And he's using the notes for the remembrances of Raghunadas, who's bringing from Puri, where he was the servant of Lord Chaitanya, servant of Lord Chaitanya, the secretary, servant of Lord. So it's described that to understand the esoteric nature of how exactly, what does it mean that Lord Chaitanya is Radha Krishna? We cannot understand that except through Sri Damodar. He's like Lord Chaitanya's shadow. And he was assisted by Raghunadas Goswami. So after Lord Chaitanya left, and Sri Damodar left, Gadadhar Pandit left, Raghunadas thought, let me go. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had told him to go to Vrindavan. Let me go there and commit suicide. Jump off a Govardhan hill. What is the purpose of living? But Rupa Sanatana, the other Goswami said, no. You must stay and you must enlighten us. You know so many things. You were with Mahaprabhu for so many years, and we have not seen him for so long, and now we'll never see him again. You must stay and enlighten us, and fill our empty hearts up. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was fortunate to be one of those who were hearing lots of Raghunadas. And he's putting in the Chaitanya Charitmrita, it's like the summation of all the in Bengali, summation in Bengali of the most important teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Because Jiva Goswami, by this time, had written Satsandarbha. And the last time we met with you was in Satish Prabhu's house. Remember? It was 3 weeks ago, I think. So, see, one of the reasons I couldn't come yesterday is I've just been a hermit for the last 3 weeks. I haven't spoken to anybody. Oh, except on the phone. But I have not seen anyone. So 250 people is too much. Even this is a big thing, big deal for me. 10 to 20 people in the room. So we were reading from Tattva Sandarbha, remember? Jiva Goswami's the first Sandarbha. Tried to help understand some of the significance of Bhagavatam. Why Bhagavatam is said to be Grantaraj, the emperor of all Shastras. So, but in Sanskrit, Jiva, Rupa, Sanatana, big scholars. But Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he's from Bengal. He was sent by Lord Nityananda to go to Vrindavan and there take shelter of the other Goswamis. And even though he was very elderly, in his 90s, he writes in the beginning of the book, I can't see, I can't hear, I can't speak. I'm starting to understand a little bit what he means by that. But at least he could think, and he could meditate. I can't even think. I can't see, speak, or hear. And I can't think, but he could think like anything. Even he didn't think, it didn't matter. Because everything is coming from inside. Along with the notes that he's taking and all that sangha that he's had with the Goswamis. And he's writing it like a puppet. The whole thing in Bengali, the essence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. If you want to go through the Sansarbas of Jiva Goswami in Sanskrit, good luck. Now they're being translated into English. And BBT is also taking that up. But Krishnadas has done this very simply. Well, not very simply, but simply for us. It's accessible to us. And very artistically, very culturally, very beautifully, Bengali script. So Chaitanya Bhagavat is also there, Vrindavan Thakur, Bhakti-Ratnakar. All these three have quite a bit to say about Adwaitacharya. And we want to understand the ontological reality, or the tattva of who Lord Adwaitacharya is, then you have to read especially chapter 6 in Adi Lila. The whole chapter is dedicated to him. There's 14 chapters in Adi Lila. And the first, well, they are breaking down the Panchatattva. Who is the Panchatattva? What is the Chaitanya tree? Who are the main branches? The main trunk is Lord Chaitanya, and that goes into two big branches. Lord Nityananda is one side, Adwaitacharya the other side. And from them come so many other branches and sub-branches and sub-branches and sub-branches. And Prabhu says this ISKCON society is also one of these branches, the branch of Chaitanya tree. And anywhere you pick on a tree, the fruit should be the same. The sweetest nectar, ambrosia, the amrita of prema, of Krishna prema. So Lord Chaitanya is the tree, and he's also the main gardener. The gardener watches over the tree, nourishes. And then when the fruits are ripe, he enjoys and he distributes. So Lord Chaitanya said, this tree is producing so many fruits. I'm one person, what can I? So he told his followers, you must help me to eat and to distribute. So I think in your outreach presentations, this Veggie Fest and the program is getting like that, you're getting a little glimmer of what this means to take part as an instrument for the distribution of Lord Chaitanya's gift. So, and then there are other books, more about the Lila of Adwaitacharya. Not much is given in Chaitanya Charitmrita in terms of his earlier life. It's basically just starting, where he comes into the scene of Chaitanya's Lila, but not so much of his earlier life. That's given in other books like Advaita Vilas. Bhakti-Ratnakar gives some, but Bhakti-Ratnakar was written maybe another 100, 200 years later, after Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Charitmrita. Advaita Prakash, there are others. Advaita Mangal, there are several. But some of them, at least one of them, is Advaita Prakash, is quite a favorite. There's many amazing stories of Advaitacharya, but Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada's guru was not fond of that book. He didn't consider it authoritative. Because it seems that if you read from Chaitanya Charitmrita, Advaita had 6 sons. 3 of them were following strictly in his line. 3 of them diverted, and as Prabhupada uses the word asara, they became useless. Because they glorified Advaita as the supreme, and Chaitanya was subordinate to him. They thought they were doing him a favor. So for this reason, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta didn't encourage so much that one book, but it has many things in there which there's no reason to not accept except for this one point that I'm saying this tattva is off about who Adwaitacharya is. So, that being said, another book also that mentions him, which mentions all these great acharyas and who they are in Krishna Lila. Gaur Ganapati by Kavi Karnapur. And that's the book that said, whoever is here in Chaitanya Lila, this devotee in Krishna Lila, this is him. This is what they're doing. This devotee in Krishna Lila is this person. And sometimes when they would do the kirtan in Srivas Thakur's house of Lord Chaitanya, and the mood of Vrindavan would predominate, the Lord Chaitanya would enter into his Bhagavat Bhav. He's Krishna. So that veil that he's impersonating a devotee, a bhakta, would be pushed aside, and Lord Chaitanya would manifest that he's Bhagavan. And all the devotees in the kirtan, they would be looking at each other, and they would see that Lord Chaitanya is Krishna. Well, who are we? And they're looking around and they're seeing that I am such and such a person, and he's such and such a person. Like that. Everyone's being revealed who they are in Krishna Lila. So this is Gaur Ganapati. So there in that book, Adwaitacharya is being described that he is Sadashiva. Sadashiva means that perfected or supreme state of Shiva Tattva in the spiritual world. Who takes part in the creation of the material cosmos through his expansions. In the same way as Mahavishnu does through his expansions with the Purusha avatars, Mahavishnu, Garbhadaksha Vishnu, Shivadaksha Vishnu. It's a little difficult to understand what is the relationship between these two. But basically, the simple explanation is that, you know how it said Mahavishnu, Vishnu never touches mind, never touches matter. By his glance. So Aikshata. The jivas are invested and animate the material kriti. But yet, if he does touch, what is that aspect that touches? The glance. So that's similar to Shiva. Because it's said in Brahma Samhita, this Kshiram yata didhi vikara vishesha yoga samjayati nahi tata Kritak asti heta. Yasamputam vipitatasani praktikarya. Govindam. Okay, this last line you can repeat after me, okay? Govindam, Adipurasham,
Tam aham bhajami.
Repeat.
Govindam Adipurusham Tam aham bhajami.
So Lord Brahma is saying, he's giving this example. You take milk and you put some emulsifying agent in there to make it yogurt. Then you take the yogurt and you look at the yogurt and you ask the question, is this milk? Yes or no? What would you say?
No,
No? Then what is it?
transformed,
If it's not milk, what is it?
transformed, transformed, transformation
Transformed what?
from milk to yogurt.
But is it not milk?
Different shape, different form of milk.
Huh? What else if it's not milk? It's not water, it's not alcohol, it's not juice, what is it? And yet, something transformational there. So, now, if we say, okay, it is milk, can you turn it back to milk?
No,
No. You can turn milk into yogurt, but you can't turn yogurt back into milk. Let's say, for instance, if you need in a recipe, some people, they can't eat milk, but they can take yogurt. But if the recipe calls for milk and you put yogurt in, it's not going to work, correct? So you think, well, let me take the yogurt, I don't have any milk, and I'll turn it back into milk and put it in. You can't do that. So that's like Shiva. Vishnu's like the milk, and Shiva's like the yogurt. One and different. This is Brahma's Siddhanta, Lord Brahma. So, this Advaita Prakash book says that mother of Advaita, her name was Labha Devi or Nabha Devi. His father was Kabara Pandit. She had a dream. All of these associates, these parents of these avatars, they always have dreams. It's the Lord is coming to them and giving them some future. So she had one dream, and Sadashiva was looking at the situation of the earth during Kali Yuga, and compassion was coming. And he was thinking how I can help the suffering of these people. So he started performing austerities, tapasya, for so many hundreds of his years. Who knows what that means? And after so long, Mahavishnu came to him and said, why are you doing this? Because look at the suffering people in Kali Yuga. And we have to help them. Mahavishnu told him, don't you understand, there's no necessity for you to propitiate me, for you to worship me, for you to do tapasya for me. We're one. We're the same. So then, Mother Labha Devi, she saw, then they both embraced each other in ecstasy. And from them, the combination is coming Adwaitacharya. So he is that. So he's incarnation of Mahavishnu, he's incarnation of Shiva. Now he appeared a place called Sailit in Bengal, about 52 years before Lord Chaitanya. So he was already elderly when Mahaprabhu came. And Mahaprabhu stayed for how long?
48 years.
48 years. So when Lord Chaitanya left, Advaita was 100 years. How many more years did he stay on the planet? after Lord Chaitanya left. Then we can understand how old he was before he left. Another 25 years. So like Krishna, 125 years. He went through 5 different stages in his life. That's why in our ISKCON temples we depict him in Prabhupada's books with a beard. You know, in temples in Gaudiya Math in India, at least some of them, they have him shaved, like brahmachari. Shaved head, everything. Why? Because they say this is his eternal form. He doesn't get old. Huh? Okay. So this is idealized form. But in his Lila, we depict him in ISKCON, because in his Lila, he was like that. He had 125 years, he had the beard and like that. He went through the ages, 5 of them. How many ages did Krishna go through? How many periods?